Tape's rolling. Jack's fighting with his router. Right on the set, boys and girls. Getting ready to go live on the radio. Zoom Room Video Communications brought to you by the BMC.
Boobs with Jeremy Smalls. $5.
Welcome to lunch, check and last.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, check and last.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
But the time sink is real.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm doing nothing but standing on the line. You know, I should be doing something.
I stand around for hours at a
Oh
time.
God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the line. I'm doing nothing but standing on the line.
Yeah.
You're all using some kind of jargon that me no understand. Have to gently blow a ball into.
Into a warm, fuzzy hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to lunch, check and last.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, check and last.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Yeah. I blame last.
It's all Laz's fault.
That's right, it's all my fault. Greetings, everybody. This is Laz, and Jack is fighting his router at the moment. He decided to reboot his router right before the show, and of course, his router is not cooperating at the moment. So again, Jack will be joining us momentarily. Botox, what's going on out there, buddy? Who else we got out there? We got the anonymous cheerer, the anonymous gifter, another viewer. We got Jack and Naruto. We got Famines. See all you guys out there. Got some folks joining us in the studio as always. We got Thradia. We got Mom. Preston's here today. Shroud is lurking in the background. Shroud is always lurking in the background. Shroud, did you have a good time last night? See if he answers. Let me get this announcement out while we wait for Jack's router to connect so he can get in here with us and start covering this weekend's news. We got some interesting updates for you right here on NBNN, so just hang on as we get started on this Manic Monday. And did I just do that locally? Yes, I did. I meant to do that in the zone. We'll do that in the zone again. There we go. Okie dokie. So, how did everybody's weekend go out there? Everybody have themselves a good time? I saw a whole bunch of you folks this weekend out at the Snug Harbor Sachet yesterday. Excuse me. We had a good time. A good time was had by all as we sashayed on out up into the airship, and DJ Darkstar spun some tunes on WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And, excuse me. And Rock Father's Day afternoon away. There he is. He's finally getting in. Shroud says, yeah, it was cool. Very cool. Torque, how you doing out there? I didn't see your message till later on in the day, Torque. If you want to come on in and say hello, you're always welcome. You know where we are. Make sure I'm here. Soto is... No, Soto is... No, that's old. There he is. There's Jack.
I'm waiting for you to get in Zoom.
Yep, I've got the button sitting here waiting. All I had to do was depress it. As I knew it wouldn't make sense to have two pictures of me freaking everybody out, going, "What the hell's going on with Laz out there?"
Yeah, well, so like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the show, tried to reset my my cable modem router, and it just decided to take all fucking morning to restart.
Jeez.
Yeah, like as soon as it came up, I got in, and that's the only reason is because it's like we've been having some weird issues around here with the cable modem just dropping connections. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and try to restart that.
Sounds like it's time for new modem.
Well, it is a brand spanking new modem, or like a month and a half over old. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then that sucks. Then that sucks.
Yeah.
Preston says he's slowly getting his castle walls around his keep lot in his new POT. Congratulations to you. If you need more castle walls, we know where you can get plenty. Shroudmarketplace.com. Yeah, if you need plenty
I have
of
a metric ton
of castle walls. If you need some, tell Jack about it. But one of the biggest,
we can work out a deal. Yeah,
one of the biggest placement pain in the asses I've come across is castle walls. I've played with them. I've even got some. They're actually nice for the POT, Preston. Not even for your keep. Use them. And you can place them as POT deco and really do a keep lot right, because you don't have to put them on the keep lot. So keep that in mind. I don't know if that's what you're doing or not, but...
And Preston, just so you know, I've got like 6 or 7 sets of the dark stone spiked ones. Some with ladder, some without. So...
Yeah, that's what he's doing,
Fantastic deal.
CC, you know the pain. CC's here on the lot with us. He Candace sitting there ready to take the seat warmer position while Jack was out.
One set of the white.
But yeah, fun stuff to play with. Really fun stuff to play with.
Nope.
But you know what? I've come to just, I don't mind walls in a sense like the way we're using them here. We're using them just as a backdrop. We're not walling off the property, so it's easy to come and go. I hate trying to get to a property and you can't find the front door to the damn property because it's not obvious in any case, and you got to follow the walls around, and it's a pain in the ass, But that's just a personal opinion. But anyway... Had a great time yesterday at Snug Harbor Sachet. A lot of information came out on Friday, on Friday's live stream. We got topics that are burning everybody's minds in the forums.
Like the all the upgrades to crafting that are coming along?
Well, yeah, we do have crafting updates, matter of fact. You want to jump right to that? We can go right to that video because...
Hold on. Now I got to go find it. Which one is crafting?
Hang on. Let me get over here.
Ore and more.
Ore and more. Yes, this is going to actually. Well, I'm going to let it speak for itself. But what bookmark is that? That's
55 minutes in.
55:15. Is that right? I hope that's the right one.
Well, I'm not the one that created these.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't watch it at all. Okay, so we're going to 55:15, and if you just noticed, Lily jumped up on the back of my chair. Then
I didn't. Around. I was looking over here to queue up the proper. Proper
Okay,
video.
And Chris's ability to only capture the top 2/3 of his head, it still absolutely
Kilroy
kills
Chris.
me.
Yeah, Kilroy Chris.
Yeah, come on, man.
But,
Okay, so are we ready?
let me make sure volumes are set. Let's max the volume on that just a little bit, just to make sure everybody hears it. Okay. Yep. Ready.
Let's click play in 3, 2, 1, start.
And of course, I did all that, and then it all came back. So,
Yeah. Chris, I got a question for you that scrolled by.
Fire away.
From Elrond, King of Elves.
Yep.
Any new ores or wood for episode 2? And I knew you were working on resource nodes, so I figured it was a good transition for that conversation.
so for this release, there's not going to be any new ones. Everybody showing off their.
Showing off my
There will
armor.
not be any
Yeah.
for this release. I'm planning on there being some for this next release. So this release, I'm still working on a bunch of resource stuff. A lot of this is stuff that needed to be done. Again, with my usual motto of sometimes you have to go slow to go fast, and that there were just the way the ore nodes were set up, and a lot of that stuff had been set up years ago, 4 years ago, whenever you first started seeing those things. It was horribly unmaintainable. It was difficult. You had to touch a ton of data to fix anything. It was very error prone. So actually, one of the things I did this release, I had mentioned earlier about the dynamic stuff. So we can take ore nodes, and if we put it into a tier 10, part of that is to simplify that process, because we are going to be making some new ore types, some new wood types, some new leather types, some new iron ingot type stuff. Obviously not iron ingots.
Obviously.
But there will be some new metal ingots out there. And before we did any of that stuff, the thought of the main thing if you guys have been wondering what the inertia was for why we hadn't gone and added some more of those, this was one of the big inertia things. This involves touching like hundreds of pieces of data. So when I was doing this dynamic tier stuff for it, that's one of the things I did was I tackled this to make it so there's one place you can go. There's basically one node. So previously, if you wanted to go do stuff, you had to a million different nodes. But there's one type of node if you want an iron node for your scene, this is it. Put it in there, and it'll auto scale for the scene. Rather than what it was before, where it was kind of the same problem we had with the creatures, where we just had a massive data bloat, which made it unsustainable. So as to the new ore stuff, there is going to be some new ore stuff going in. There's going to be in the future releases. This release was me cleaning up all the existing stuff so that we can manage that data better, because that's also the type of stuff that it's not just more time. When you talk about us spending more time on data and touching a million pieces of data, that's a million more places for bugs, which you guys haven't seen any bugs in the ore stuff, but that's because it's been around almost completely unchanged for 3 or 4 years. So yes, there are going to be some more. This release was kind of the clean up the resource stuff. I'm still hoping to get there's a few more things that are going to be going in, but there's going to be the dynamic resource stuff is going to scale above tier 5. Right now it goes to tier 5. I've got the main metal ones in there, the iron, gold, silver, copper. I've got those done. I've got to do some more of the other ones, but I've got a pattern now, and I've got the data set up so I can do it. There's a few more things I've got to change up before I can get them, as I discovered one of the ways we spawn things needs to be adjusted. But anyways, once that's done, it's really going to be a lot more simple. It'll be a single object, and anytime we want to place one of the new ore nodes anywhere, we can just place, here it is. And then we can have, you place the ore node for, the mithril ore node. No, I don't think we're doing mithril. We haven't put names in the metal. We're more talking about ideas for what it can do different. But you put the mithril node down, and if you want to have a really big one, you can do a mithril node +1. It's kind of the same way we're doing a lot of the creature stuff right now to help simplify it. So anyway, so that's happening this release. The resource nodes are out there and going to be swapped into the maps for all the new maps. So then we can get to the ore nodes. And again, that's, forget who I was talking about. It may have been talking to Fizzle or somebody else that I talked to, throw ideas at or bounce ideas off of. Might have been Snugs. But anyways, the this release is the working on gathering stuff, making the gathering and the resource node stuff better. The next tier above that is, of course, the refining level. But the refining level, there's not a whole lot of changes are going to go on in terms of that. So that may be one release that I spend on making that better, and that's really going to be looking at more quality of life stuff, like looking at how big of a batch can you do. We've talked about that before, and how can we speed this up, and do we want to have any other options in there for, like, you know, if you do a batch, like, okay, well, the first 10 go at this speed, and the second 10 go twice as fast, and the third 10 go, you know, faster than that. Looking at those type of quality of life things that feel like they're kind of needed, because again, as I've said a million times, if there's something that we make that's just so tedious that the best, you know, everybody just wants to macro it or bot it or whatever, then we probably need to rethink the design. That's one of those things we probably need to rethink. So,
Hey, we've
Absolutely.
got, Travis in chat.
Okay. But yeah, is not only is he sitting there cleaning up, and I like the actual idea of making a general ore node that you can spawn anything and you don't have to go searching for, because I know as a developer that's just chaos. You know, what is the name of this
What?
node? Yeah.
No chaos whatsoever.
Yeah, no chaos
Yeah,
whatsoever in this game. But the fact that he also mentioned that there's going to be new leathers, going to be new wood types and new metal types coming once this all gets cleaned up is pretty cool. But of course, we still want dyeable leathers and we still want dyeable armors. But
yeah.
again, I think for the first time he's put it in a sense that makes sense to a lot of people, and good to see that there's actually progress being made on it, but that sometimes you have to go slow to go fast. Once he gets this redesign done, then putting everything into play once it's working should be a piece of cake, supposedly. So not bad.
Oh yeah.
Not bad at all. So
Econdas likes my shirt for the day.
yeah, I see that. I'm a virgin. I can't read the small print. Everybody's been asking what the small print says down there. You want to read that out to everybody?
But this is an old T-shirt.
But this is an old T-shirt.
Yeah.
Now, of course, anybody out there who's interested in all this stuff, and I know there's many people who have a lot of thoughts on this, now would be the time to get into that wish list topic out on the forums and start chiming in on things that you would like to see improved in those areas, so that you start seeing them now, instead of while he's working on them in the background and nobody knows he's working on them. So you know he's working on it now. Now get out there and start getting your wish list items in, folks.
That's one where it's like, I need to know like what direction he's thinking, and actually like publish a document and solicit some feedback as far as these changes go.
Like we used to do? Yeah.
Yeah, like we used to do. All these things that we used to do that have been completely thrown to the side. Yeah.
All right, but
That's right, yeah.
meanwhile,
But
we
it-
jumped right into that topic today, and we hadn't opened up a giveaway. So let's go ahead and open up the first giveaway, because I know some of you folks are itching for one. So first giveaway of the day, giving away 10,000 gold and a duck.
Hi,
And a
Strider.
duck. Strider Green, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah. How's it going?
So, exclamation, like Mika Oba right there. Exclamation, I love free shit, get in on the action. Giving
What are
away
you giving away?
10,000 gold and a duck.
I don't have a duck to give
And
away.
a duck.
But I
Hey, you
have
can give away
10,000.
10,000 gold.
Yeah. Open giveaway. There. Yep.
So what did you do all weekend? Work
Worked.
overtime.
And now my office just has my desk, a massage table, and yeah, that massage table is very important, as
Yeah.
well as a very small bookshelf. Yeah, that's the only thing in my office.
Let me guess what's on the bookshelf. Some saran wrap, some towels, some alcohol.
No. It's got all the boxes of Shroud of the Avatar. I do need some bookshelves for the fun stuff. That reminds me, I need to buy those.
You don't have those supplies on hand? Come on now.
Not yet.
Got to make it a
and then
proper office.
I know, and then I do have a yoga chase lounge on its way.
Oh, very
That will
nice.
also go in the office.
You
because
you need the Corpion chair, dude. You really need the Corpion chair.
I am aware that I need the Corpion chair, but I can't afford that yet.
Keyword yet.
Yeah, Corpion chair will probably be in my future.
Yes, I bet it would. But moving right along.
So this weekend was the dance party, which you said was good. How many people turned out for that?
We had about 30 people out there. It wasn't too bad. I mean, there was a shit ton of people on, but of course, double XP still going on out there, and people were out in their respective favorite places to gather that XP. I went out last night afterwards. I burnt 100 million XP last night out.
What all did you level up?
Oh God, I was doing strength, intelligence, and dex respectively, but since I now wear a chainmail chest piece, that puts me in heavy armor, something I never trained before, so I also started down the heavy armor path. But what did I do with the other ones? Let's see real quick. I got strength up to 120, which I think I was already there on that. Dex, I got to 120. I was only at like 111 on my dex, so I got that to 120. And did I get my intelligence? No, intelligence is only 104. I started on intelligence, but not too shabby considering, Got to get those extra hit points, and I got to get that extra crit chance with that bow and arrow so that, I can hit hard from far away and not get injured, I still have a hard time playing an archer because I'm just not used to it, but, I've gotten used to it here in this game. I'm just so used to walking up with something and swinging at it and standing there till I either die or it dies, and get that adrenaline rush going.
Yeah.
Now it's like, nightmare, go sick 'em. Plunk, 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 it's dead. Which, I'm not complaining about. Yeah, meh.
Meh. Yeah, I just want all the crafting to be fixed, and then everything else to be fixed, and instead of like half-baked systems like first and second iterations, it's like I want a complete working system.
Absolutely. So let's talk about some new tier markers. Some people noticed this out there in the world. This is going to be coming to a scene near you soon. Actually, I want.
Wait. Is it in the Friday update?
It's just scroll up.
Well, I know there's videos, but
above the videos.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Not that one. Okay, so yeah, I got that one open. Can we have some info on the new tier markers?
Alley-oop wants to know, because he came across this out there and he's scratching his head going, WTF, man, what's up with this?
Well, the funny thing is, this still only goes to tier 5.
Well, explanation down below.
That's one of Sanyo's new projects. It's a new style marker to help depict high tier locations better.
Keep
We'll
going.
have a good description. I'm trying out these new tier markers as something unique for Mistrinder. They felt a little heavy and eye-grabbing, So their final design is subject to change. Here's how they work. Many players already know how. Now we're implementing multiple difficulty levels for mystery machines. We call these difficulty levels easy, normal, hard, and extreme. I wanted to represent this change in spawning in the tier markers. The old tier markers had up to 5 skulls on a spike. The more skulls, the harder the difficulty. Also, a ribbon on the top meant plus.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Did not know that one. That was when I read that one, I was like, I had never even noticed a ribbon, tell you the truth. But I've stopped looking at tier markers a long time ago. Also, I know where I'm going these days.
Yeah. These new tier markers include 5 shelves. A skull on the bottom shelf means you're in the easy version of the scene. A skull on the second shelf means that you're in the normal difficulty. Third from the bottom means hard. Fourth from the bottom means extreme. Top shelf is reserved for plus markers or some other future use. A scene's difficulty in Mistrender is tagged normal and is at least tier 8, but more likely tier 10 or higher. In general, easy suggests the difficulty is around 2 tiers easier than the default. Hard is probably 2 tiers higher than the default. And extreme is at least 4 tiers higher.
4 tier higher.
4 tier higher. Yeah, 4 tiers. All 4 tiers. 4 tiers for you. We are going to tattoo them right around here. 4 tiers. 4 tiers tattooed on your face. The overworld tier marker will have some skulls both on the normal shelf and the hard shelf to let you know both modes are available.
Both modes. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting stuff indeed. Which brings me to...
Well, if you look at that, you can add more than 1 skull on those shelves. So it's like, why not just like...
Don't see the necessity to take the time to put that in. Just put the freaking name, the tier level on the outside, and be done with it. When you go into your map on your compass, it tells you what tier level you are on the map. Why are you wasting time designing that shit when we can be doing shit? I don't need tier markers. I mean, that's just me. People want to be able to see stats more than they want to see a tier marker. Let's program some of that stuff in. But that's just my personal feeling. Yeah.
Sanyo's not responsible for that programming stuff. He's responsible for doing quests and
I understand.
doing some POT transfers, as well as what else does he do? Some level design.
He does world building. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's one where it's like, that's the multiple hats, and someone thought this was a good project.
Hey, anyway, next topic, because I know you're gonna love this one because I know you haven't seen any of these yet, so this one is
custom NPCs or
no. We're gonna jump to episode 2.
Okay.
Episode 2 flags. Time 4 minutes 20 seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that my first one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first one. 4 minutes, 20 seconds in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Let's click play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Did the flags, are those already in? Are things gated for episode 2 already, or is that still like right around the corner?
So the system is in place. I gotta go make sure. I gotta go handle a couple of other cases, just handling the ways you get to scenes to block people out. I may actually just go ahead and do the full, the whole tomato thing and just do everything on
the whole tomato thing.
If you go to a scene that's an episode 2 scene, and you aren't flagged for it, then just sends you to like Overworld or whatever. But I was trying to see if we could do it a little friendlier way right now. But that'll be the way it'll happen if I can't get all the other ways covered. it's one of those tough things is trying to figure out the best way to handle that. And we've got so many different ways to get around now. And then, of course, once you learn a scene, you've been to it, then you have it flagged and you can teleport scroll to it. And we got to make sure, if you ever get to it once, as we've seen many times before, then you can get to it 1,000,000 times. So it may just have to be the whole block them on the server where if you don't have the flag, you can't enter into that scene.
Ooh.
That was all working again. It was working as we saw because it was funny. There's a bug with the episode 2 flag not properly being passed down. At some point, Wizard Smoke fixed it. And then I think it was like the next day I heard Sanyo was on here complaining that he couldn't get into a scene. What was wrong with the scene? Why can't I get into the scene? It was because he fixed the flag and he didn't have the flag on his character. So it is working. I think there are just some shortcuts around it. That's kind of the thing I'm looking at right now for a couple of different things, is trying to make sure and close up all those Hey, speaking of Sanyo.
Hey, Sanyo.
Trying to make sure and close up all those things.
So,
Nothing much. Let me make sure I don't have you guys cut off in weird ways.
Alrighty, so
That question from Scott.
I love how at the end of that, Chris is like, "Here, let me make sure I don't have you guys cut off."
as I love, let's try. I'm trying to find some more friendly ways, but I think we're just going to have to cut it off. So basically, if you don't have the flag, you can't go because A, that's the obvious choice. B, that's the easy choice that we all said to go with in the first place. And C, it's a no-brainer. Put it at the boat and put it on a flag. Okay, if the player does not have the episode 2 flag, they cannot enter episode 2, period. And looks like that's going to be the answer because the other way was
it's not that way because of POTs. I mean, it really should. Again, it really should be that way. It's like if you do not have episode 2, you should not be able to go to the lands and visit and see the scenes.
Absolutely.
It's not like, hey, you can preview this shit. No, it's like, which does impact the POT owners as far as their residents. It's like, but
Famines has got the right idea as well, because I've heard Chris flip-flop on this one too. Bard skill should be episode 2 only. And that's your incentive to spend the $20 and get into episode 2 and have that content, because we were out, I was out doing some stuff. We were doing out some taming and just learning how to, get down and get nightmares a little easier. And Omen Crow and I were out with Storm. And after Storm left, Omen says, I want to try something. And he tried the new Mesmerize Bard spell on the nightmares. And boy, was that a charm. He just stopped those nightmares in their tracks, and they just sat there like docile little ponies while I tamed my heart's content away.
Nice.
Yes, so nice to see skills like that working as intended, I hope. But yes, it made the nightmares docile, just like they just stood there while I came up, and so all he had to do was hold the aggro long enough to get the Mesmerize off, and once he got the Mesmerize off, I was able to just sit there, and I'm guessing that's probably a way you'll be able to solo those bad boys too, if you can hold the aggro long enough, get Mesmerize off, then you tame yourself, you can probably solo those bad boys if you have a little practice and high enough skills. So a little hint to you out there. Meanwhile, exclamation, I love free shit here on a Manic Monday. We are giving away 10,000 gold and a duck.
And then Laz is also giving away the duck. I'm not giving away the duck.
He ain't got no duck.
I don't have any ducks to give away.
Want to buy a duck?
But but this shirt is just fucking awesome, isn't it?
I got to apologize to some of those folks out there who actually listened to the live stream yesterday. I did not realize it was intentional that the radio was up loud so that everybody could hear it, but I didn't realize it was that loud, so that you really couldn't hear me while I was talking. Didn't mean to do a whole lot of talking either, but for those of you guys who were complaining about it, oh well, shit happens. We had a good time anyway.
Oh, so nobody could hear Darkstar?
No, they could hear Darkstar. I had Darkstar turned so loud up in the background that when I was talking here, they could barely hear me over Darkstar's music. So that's what I'm talking about. So they couldn't hear me giving away prizes and stuff like that.
So y'all both did it together?
No, Darkstar did his thing. I did a live stream streaming the party. That's all. I mean, I was the host of the party, so it only made sense that I also run the news and the radio station it was on. So I figured might as well cover my own event. Jeez, shameless self promotion. I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah. But anyway, exclamation! I love free shit. Last chance before I go ahead and treasure pile. It helps if you're logged in, so you can get all that good stuff. She's in. Yeah. Looks like most everybody's in. We got a good crowd in here, but we're gonna go ahead and
close the giveaway. Are we closing a giveaway?
Dance at Snow Cover. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and close this giveaway. 3, 2, 1.
Already clicked close.
And pick ourselves winners.
Azazel Reborn.
Mikey.
Okay.
Congratulations, Mikey. Azazel, eh?
No. It's something completely different.
Hold on. I might have that one saved.
It's hold on.
Indrid Love Jones.
Something Love Jones. It'd be great if I could Indigo Love Jones.
Indigo Love Jones.
Love Jones. Yeah, that sounds about right. There you go.
Mikey, rigged in your favor, buddy.
Yep. Wiener. Yep. Indigo Love Jones. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. And someone's asking me about the scorpion chair.
Yeah, the scorpion chair.
It's
You're too much.
I think it was on Etsy.
I've seen it in several places. I've seen other people post it, but I think you might be able to get it on Amazon these days too.
Well, the one with all the tie downs and everything else. I mean, that's what they really want. Yeah.
Mikey, you got the same name, right? I believe it is the same name.
Who are you talking about? Mikey?
The winner on my stream, yes.
Well, what'd you do? You did a double pool?
No, I haven't given him his prize yet. Mikey won the duck and the 10,000 gold. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's a valid name. Okay.
I thought you said somebody else won it.
No, Mikey. Hey, Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes it? Mikey doesn't. Oh, yeah.
But next giveaway is already open. 10,000 gold and a Nightmare pet. Nightmare combat pet. Let's give Mikey his duck and his 10,000 gold.
I don't have any pets to give away, so I'm giving away more gold. Yeah.
There you go, Mikey. Use it well. Buy plenty of scrolls from Laz and Jack.
Yeah.
There's Scrota. What's he wearing?
Let's see. I hope that's the right one.
He's wearing his Krampus mask. That's what he's got on. An ugly mask.
True form.
Huh?
Didn't have the energy today to conceal myself.
Didn't have your energy to shrink yourself?
I don't think I don't think I realized that the tongue on Krampus is sticking out. that would be really funny. It's like if it like flicked its tongue.
Yeah.
Or if you could actually like zoom in to see that it's a forked tongue or something like that. Yeah.
Someday, maybe. I doubt it.
Someday.
All right. Anyway, exclamation! I love free shit. Got a nightmare pet. 10,000 gold up for grabs. The end of the show here. What do we got on tap next, Jack?
Well, did you want to go straight to 32 minutes in, which was the discussion about things, treasure maps?
32 minutes treasure maps. Ooh, we might be able to
treasure-
do that. Treasure maps.
treasure-
What?
Treasure map. Treasure map.
Treasure.
Treasure map.
Treasure.
Treasure. Treasure. Treasure.
W treasure.
That's right.
That's right. Treasure maps is let's hear what Chris has got to say about treasure maps for you guys and gals out there.
Let's click play in 3, 2, 1, play.
And so one of the things we talked about in a few past streams that I really like, I know Richard will really like to hear that it's finally going in, because I think it's something we've talked about a number of times too, is treasure maps. And
Yay!
I'm trying to get a treasure map. I'm actually trying to get 3 treasure maps in for this release. We'll see. I have the scenes done for 2 of them. I'm going to work on the 3rd one. For those who don't know what these are and how we're going to be doing that, this is part of the
first we're hearing of it.
Let's make loot better, and not just make loot, purely it's a better sword or it's a better whatever, because that, eventually that wears out. You get the best of whatever and you're done. So it's got to be stuff like, try and get more ore in there, more rare, handle type stuff in there. This is one that it's going to be a rare drop, and that it'll be pieces of maps. So there'll be pieces of maps that will drop, and these will just have a recipe that you take the pieces of maps. Once you have all the pieces of maps, you can combine them to make a treasure map. So then with this treasure map, this is basically your ticket to get into a scene that is highly rewarding in some different ways.
I know what that
it will
was.
be in some way that it has a lot of loot in it. But again, it's something that it will be, we aren't always just looking for, here's the better sword. We're sometimes looking for more commodities for you guys, because having a marketplace and having an economy and having things you guys want to trade that feel valuable, and having something when you find it, you're like, yeah, the excitement of finding stuff rather than it just being the rusty piece of armor over and over again or whatever. Corpse wax is important. So finding these pieces is going to be another one of those things. Is finding it will feel rewarding to you guys, hopefully. Now, what's actually going into them? Go ahead.
That I can ask you a question about when you find the pieces, how will you recognize they are part of the same map? Do you just sort of get to, are they cut up into standard 9 pieces along the folds? Are they in number of pieces per map? What's the strategy there?
So the first one I'm doing is 9 pieces, and I just have it as, you can tell what it is by name. That it's to the Lost Sewer, which that's the map that I have that's already done, and creatures in it, and loot in it, and rewards in it. It is, again, it's a fairly small thing. The idea behind it, though, is, you'll find in different loot, maybe pieces 1 through 6 only drop out of loot bundles or supply bundles, and you'll just occasionally get those as just kind of the common rare, and then we can put the rare ones on high tier creatures or in chests in places, and make it so they're kind of a destination piece where you need to, if you want to get piece 7, you got to go hunt in Mercure or whatever it is, and if you want to get piece 8, you got to go fight boss whatever. So that's kind of the idea, is giving more incentives to go to places. As I mentioned, there'll be this one. The first one they have out there is a 9-piece map, but we can do it with any number of pieces. The way I have it that you can tell what they are is right now I just have them named. We may come up with a better solution for that. But again, the first one's a sewer, which I can tell you that one's already done and populated, and it's got a bunch of treasure chests in it, as you would expect. It does have some challenges in there. If you're level 5, you're going to get slaughtered. But I made sure to put in creatures in there that I consider overly rewarding.
You're level 5, you're going to get slaughtered?
Overly rewarding. So it's got a lot of slime, the ochre slimes. From,
level 5.
How's a level 5 going to get that stuff?
That's few people know this, but that is actually one of the more...
I don't know.
loot rewarding type creatures out there. Now it kills a lot of people, but it has a good chance for rings, better than most anything else in the game. So.
I like how Soto is
And a
making
bunch of other
clips.
stuff. But anyways, that's one thing. I see people asking to want to make treasure maps too, and that's actually another one of those things we would like to do as well. That is one of the things on the list for the year, is having other scenes and treasure maps you can make that might lead to those things. So not yet. Let us figure it out first and figure out the gotchas on it. But again, that will be. I'm going to try to get that out for this release. It will be on that map will be on QA. I do not have the pieces added to loot bundles yet, so yes. And if you're in there, if you've been to that map, if you've been to the Rise, you probably have been killed by that slime that I'm talking about. Now that one is kind of a sneaky one. These actually patrol a little bit and they kind of wander a little bit, so they can be dangerous too. But I tried to set it up so you have a safe fight space.
All right. Anyway. Yes, treasure maps coming in, but nothing near what people, I'm sure, were expecting out of a treasure map system.
No.
Yeah, thank you, Famines. Thank you, Famines, right there. How about we just get the damn treasure map and as a drop, and we go find the treasure like everybody was expecting. Not send us in a jaunt for pieces around the world. I mean, not for nothing, but if I have a treasure map here, and this is my treasure map, the chances that I'm going to tear it into 9 pieces and scatter them around, or that even if it would get torn once or twice, I don't see 9 pieces.
Give it to a named mob inside of a scene.
Yeah, and then you have to travel halfway across the world to go get the other pieces of it because the wind took it in a tornado, hurricane, sharknado. That transported it across the ocean without damaging it into the belly of a beast in a dungeon someplace.
Then from there, it's like it's going to be a super rare drop, and then the treasure chests are going to be populated with lemons.
10 gold and lemons.
Yeah, 10 golds and lemons. And it's not. And then from there, it's like. It's going to have things to where you can't solo it, you can't do anything, and you just run for your lives.
Well, the fact that we got treasure maps being thought of and put in another good one. I got another goodie in here, but I didn't have time to actually locate that clip. We'll save that for tomorrow, and we'll talk about that some more, as well as many other topics. But again, you guys have thoughts on that now that this information's out there, and you guys think that maybe it should be looked at a little differently. Get on those forums, chime in, let them know what you think, because if he doesn't have the feedback, the one thing I hate is, of course, without the old school, hey, this is what we plan on doing, what do you all think? It's we introduce it and all of a sudden we get bad feedback, and then we got to go back and erase what we did and start over because we didn't ask what people wanted in the first place. So,
hey man, designed by spreadsheet never fails.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never fails. Designed by spreadsheet, definitely the way to go. Never any problems. Never select any kind of input other. Yeah.
But all sorts of interesting stuff came out of this Friday's live stream. Of course, Richard was on stream with the folks talking about his upcoming adventures. He will be on some more live streams coming up now that he's got fiber optic down in his cabin. Must be nice to have fiber optic in the woods down there at Castleton, I'll tell you what.
Oh?
Oh yeah, you didn't know about that?
No.
He had
someone sent me a gifted game.
Did you get any mail, by the way, recently?
What kind of mail? I just got a duck.
Oh, somebody sent you a duck?
Mikey sent me the duck.
Ah, okay.
I sent a nude, but it didn't work.
Oh,
I got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got it.
I didn't get it. Why didn't I get it?
I don't know. Maybe because you were the sender? I don't know.
I need to actually now go to my sent mail and figure out who that person was that I'm supposed to forward these things to. Let's see.
You don't have a list of who paid you to forward those mails?
Well, I think they used a fake email account.
Buckaroo Banzai says me.
Hold on.
I love this shit. I tell you what.
Where the fuck is it? I know. Of course, they paid that $5 like forever ago. It's not even in my sent mail, and I know I forwarded it to them before.
Well, you'll have to figure it out.
Or do I actually have to go to my account for NBNN?
Don't know. Anyway,
how do I even access that? I don't even know how to access that mail anymore.
It should be Pop 3 mail, right?
Well, I believe I have it forwarded to my Gmail account because that's where I got the nude, the in-game nude. That is.
Now, if you call that a nude, man, you got some problems, dude.
It's a partial nude.
Partial nude.
It's like very, very partial.
Well, you got to start small.
He is shirtless.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's just shirtless for crying out loud.
I like the firework. That is kind of funny.
That's the smoke burst.
The smoke burst. Yeah, that was kind of funny. But you know what time it is, right?
Red Dragon 2, that's not what he said. I don't know where you heard that, but that's not what Richard had to say. Yeah, I know what time it is.
Did we want to go ahead and play that real quick about the book?
Yes, we actually do have that clip here.
Yeah.
Let's cue that up. What is the
4230?
4230. We do have that. Where is that clip? 4230 up on screen. Let's click play before we get out of here.
3, 2, 1, play.
From Browncoat Jason. Richard, when can we expect to see the Shards of the Avatar book 2?
Ooh.
And will it have ties to episode 2?
Well, yes, it'll have ties to episode 2 in that we've actually, as we've been going through the final editing, and Ravalox has actually been one of the principal people helping out with that final editing. He's been the one to make sure that all the episode 2 data was accurate so that we didn't accidentally let the book, wander away on major or minor details of, place names, and events, and how the maps have evolved, over time. But to my knowledge, the last set of edits have gone through. I mean, as some of you may know, the book was actually submitted originally for publication about the end of the year. It's been slow going to get a couple rounds of edits back and forth from the publisher back to us, the team, and Tracy et al., and back. But I think that's done. The last pass, which was maybe 3 weeks ago, only had like 2 comments in it, 2 corrections to make sure we were matched up with the game fiction correctly. Unless anything else comes back, I think that's finished. So it's still, even if that's the final, it'll still take them a while to actually get it published. They haven't given us a date, but it still would take months. So we'll see if they manage to make it by the end of the year or not. But I would like to believe they could. Now the question is will the publisher choose to do so, or can they slot it in with their other activity?
Yeah, we've been hearing from Ravalox on all the... What are they? I think, was it kobolds that they had?
Kobolds. Yeah.
Described wrong, yeah.
Yeah, but it says that it's an interesting debate. Like, as you guys know, whether you talk about gremlins or homunculi or even dragons, whether they're quadrupeds or bipeds, there's all these different ways that fiction has interpreted these creatures, down through the years. Some that have some Earth mythology reference, some that have evolved out of the fiction we've all become familiar with down through the years. But It's not surprising that when you have Tracy go work on a book, you end up with perhaps a bias towards the way Tracy might envision those creatures originally, which might differ somewhat. His assumptions might be a little different than the way we've actually driven the prose in the game. So, and even though I've read the book now a couple times myself, it's easy for me to actually get caught up in the writing of it and miss some of those details. Fortunately, Ravlox and Scotty actually has done some good, careful, detail watching as well. In fact, I would say the two of them have got most everything. I've caught very little in contrast to make sure it's all lined up properly. So, but I think that process is done. The book should be done. It's now just a question of getting it published.
Awesome.
Okay. Are we recording?
All right. Let's see. So I guess next up,
So
Sanyo,
here's the.
you want to read You want to do the prize bot?
All right, so hopefully, is I could have sworn I heard him say, but most likely next year. But anyway,
Maybe.
book is just about done for the most part, as he says there. And of course, being about done, so are we. We are just about done. We got to tell you about that wonderful NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendar brought to us by the Shroud Marketplace, because shroudmarketplace.com is the place to go for all your virtual vendable goods in Shroud of the Avatar.
Yep. That NBNN Shroud of the Avatar community calendars on NBNN.info. Just click on the calendar button and look at all these Google public calendars related to Shroud that guy knows about. You know how to get a hold of Laz. If you don't, watch more. Monday through Friday, 12s and 6s around the clock. You can always tune into your Ether amplifiers to Radio Free Britannia to interpret two
WRFB.
idiots interpreting the news so you don't have to, on a little show called Lunch with us. 7 p.m. this evening on WRFB is the 70s at 7. At 8 o'clock, join Andertiana Zazariz in-game out in Verit Chaos at the Pub of Extraordinary Thought for a weekly open role-playing event. And the final event for this Manic Monday is going to be at 10 p.m. on WRFB, and that is the Wekud Room with Waz's Wad, where he covers some rock and roll history from 1946 to 1974.
That's right.
And that's our community calendar. Yeah.
Don't forget, you're watching Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info. Actually, you're not watching on NBNN.info because Twitch changed their freaking embed codes, and their new embed codes don't work properly, and screw me, we'll figure it out eventually. But otherwise, you're joining us on twitch.tv/Genesis, twitch.tv/NBNN News, catching us in replays on YouTube and or Twitch. We do appreciate it. If you're watching and you haven't done it already, click those buttons below. You know what they are. If you're watching in replays, click the buttons below or above, the follows, the likes, the alerts, the notifies, the subscribe buttons. You know what they are. Thanks to you folks keeping us here 5.5 years, bringing you the latest news from inside Shroud of the Avatar. Plenty of ways to support us. Cheering in bits is our preferred way. We get to keep every penny of those bits. Every bit counts. Click on the links below on both of our streams. Donate direct. Go to the website. Become a patron at patreon.com. And of course, just, you can come on in game. Send Jack a duck. So Jack's got a duck to give away. That works as well. Don't forget, Bree MC wants you to check out Black Rock Cove, located in the Quell region, next to the town of Exeter, and conveniently located next to those mines that you want to be near. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7 around the clock, with Saturday nights now jam-packed full of stuff. We've got Twisted Sister with Wild Safari. We've got the Graceful Bard following Wild Safari, and then we've got Omen Crow bringing you the late night Saturday at midnight. We do have some news that Wolftom will not be returning to the air. He is still recovering, and it's going to be a long time if he ever gets a chance to come back. But so officially off the calendar for now. I told Wolfie, take his time, recover, do what he's got to do, because, IRL first. Shroudmusic.com for ABC file needs. If you're looking for ABC files, check out shroudmusic.com today. Cappius is Wares. One of the many shops on ShroudMarketplace.com, over 180 vendors out there. But Cappius's Wares is where you want to go for all your wood goods. If you need raw wood, you need timbers, you need pre-cut boards, and more. And speaking of more, Chris said he may be taking a pass on those beetle carapaces and making them easier to harvest in one of his upcoming passes. So you folks out there looking for those bad boys are going to be happy campers. But meanwhile, if you can't get enough, go out to Cappius's shop on ShroudMarketplace.com, where you too can get all your goods, because Shroud Marketplace is the place to go to buy or sell anything game related.
That's right. Go to shroudmarketplace.com. Buy, sell anything game related. Latest vendor, Scoota's Wares. He just put up a tax-free founder deed.
Tax-free founder deed. He's going to be putting up a bunch of stuff. I spoke to him yesterday and pointed him in that direction. He's got a couple deeds. He's got all sorts of founder stuff up for sale, as well as some goodies. So keep an eye out for his shop.
That's right. Anything and everything, ShroudMarketplace.com is the place to go. You do need to register an account to buy anything. And then after that, if you want to sell stuff, you need to click on vendor registration. It's so easy. Laz can do it. I can do it. Over 180 different players registered as vendors. Each one of those vendors responsible for setting their own prices and maintaining their own inventory. So it's like when you make that purchase, they get an email as well as the PayPal money, minus a small commission for the marketplace, and PayPal takes a cut, and then from there they deliver it and then mark it as shipped or picked up, and boom, it's a completed order. So all kinds of great stuff. Check out those vendor reviews. Check out a little bit of anything, and as long as it's not a bannable offense, it can be bought or sold at Shroud Marketplace. So go to Shroud Marketplace.
Yeah, don't forget reviews. There's reviews on Shroud Marketplace. You can see how those vendors rate up. I've got 5 stars on ratings and reviews on my shop. I believe Jack also has 5 stars in his shop, and plenty of 5-star shops out there.
But it is time for us to get out of here.
It is. It's time for us to get the flock out of here on this Manic Monday and move right along. Do we have anybody who we're going to jump on and pass off the streams to today? Anybody? Party one looks like...
Party one.
Party one is going to be the man. And of course, we got to say thank you to all you folks out there. Before we go, though, we do have to pull that last giveaway. So if you haven't gotten in, well, too late now, because we're going to be closing this giveaway.
Yeah, I got to do that. Close, tick. Vinatrix. Got some
and
gold.
Treasure Pile. Congratulations, Treasure. You are the winner of a Nightmare Pet and 10,000 gold. Congratulations to all our winners today. And of course, thank you all for joining us. We will be back with more tomorrow on NBNN. We will be off on Thursday because I'm getting my AC, hopefully this time on Thursday. But we'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. We are out of here. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Are you a heavy lifter?